This video is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Farming Simulator 22 Map First Impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at Hinterland. But before that, this video is brought to you by Irvin Knott's and Scooter's Workbench. Thank you for being farm barons. So the Hinterland map can be found over the farmingsimulator.com website or the in-game downloadable content menu. And as of the 1.0 release, this map is available for all platforms. Let me read you a brief part of the description. This is a do-it-yourself map. I call these types of maps wilderness maps, or I've often referred to this as the build-your-own-map style of map, kind of no man's land-esque, if you will. Most of the farms, fields, and villages can be created by the player, so there is very little given here. There is a small farm with 3 fields and an area at the harbor with selling stations, a bakery for production. Everything else is your task to create more fields, build farms, build villages, etc. All of the items at the farm can be sold, and they can also be pre-placed. There's also a lot of very interesting features on this map, and this video is going to try to run you through all of those as well. Now, this map includes 3 fields, 49 viable plots, 1 small farm, 3 selling stations, a bakery, vehicle store, workshop, animal dealer, forest, lakes, and rivers, 36 collectible. These are golden animal figurines, rapid plant growth with seasonal growth turned off. So, this map seems to have fast growing crops. If you want to do that, you can turn off seasonal growth, and you're going to have crop growth, I guess, similar to what we saw in Farm Sim 19 and before, as far as the base game goes. Now, if you do play with seasonal growth enabled, then this map also has a custom crop counter, meadows with flowers that can be sown, a custom subsoiler to allow creating of fields, 4 golden pour making weights. I'll explain those in a little bit, and 3 signposts for passive income. Let's go ahead and load on in. We are going to use the mods that we typically use when we take a look at maps. That is additional field info, additional game settings, field lease, field calculator, and precision farming. Let's go ahead and have the log load up while we are waiting for the map to load on in. I will also tell you, if you load this map up in farm manager mode or start from scratch, you will not own any of the starting land, nor will you have a built out starting farm, nor will you own any machinery at the start. Now, when we load in here in new farmer mode, or basically in any farm mode, we start out right here at the dock. I want to get away from that a little bit because the water lapping is kind of loud. But down here we have buy points and sell points for various things, as well as our bakery production. Let's go ahead and take a look at the PDA. We do have all of the standard crops that are available to us in Farm Sim 22 on this particular map. And if we take a look at the lands area, you will see we start out by owning Farmland 31 as well as Farmland 32. As I said earlier, we have 49 viable plots of land on this map. They're all approximately the same size, and therefore they are all approximately $80,000 to buy. In addition, we can buy the 2 plots of land that cover the kind of area here by the dock, where we have our animal dealer and all of the sell points, as well as our bakery. Let's go ahead and take a look at our farmland lease screen. This is going to show us that indeed all of the farmlands are basically the same size. The farmlands that we own are the only ones that include any fields, and they are all also about the same amount of money to purchase. Go ahead and take a quick look at our field calculator screen. This is going to show us the 3 fields that we own at the start in new farmer mode and how large they are. All play modes do have all 3 fields created. If we take a look at our crop counter, you can see that we do indeed have a custom crop counter available on this map. It doesn't appear like we have the ability to double crop anything, other than maybe we could harvest our Nope, we can't double crop anything. I mean, I guess technically we could plant our olives right after we harvest our barley. That's about the only thing that we could possibly double crop here on this particular map. Take a look at our prices screen. You will see that we do indeed have the ability to sell almost all of the crops that we can grow. Sadly, I think there's maybe an oversight because cotton is missing from this list. We can grow cotton. It is listed as a growable crop in the PDA menu, but it's also listed here as a growable crop with respect to the growth calendar, but we do not have it listed here with respect to a sell point. So if you are going to do cotton on this map, you will need to put down your own sell point. With respect to our animal outputs of eggs, wool, and milk, we do have the ability to sell those. We also have the ability to sell silage, hay, straw, and grass. And then as we take a look down through the base game production elements, we do indeed have the ability to sell all of the base game production elements that are available to us in a Farm Sim 22. We also have the ability to buy bulk lime. We have the ability to sell our stones. And if we are playing with Platinum Expansion enabled, because we do have a fair bit of forestry on this map, we do have the ability to sell all of the Platinum Expansion production items as well. In addition, if you are playing with pumps and hoses, we do have the ability to process separated manure down at the port. Taking a look, we do have a decent list of starting equipment in New Farmer mode. All of it is owned, none of it is leased, and it all has fairly low operating hours on it. We do start out owning 17 chickens and as well as 6 cows at the start. This map does not have contracts because, well, the only fields that are created we own at the start. We do own the bakery at the start, and you can see the bakery is equipped to not only make flour, wheat, barley, oats, sorghum, and corn flour. You can also make bread and cakes, as well as sunflower, canola oil, and olive oil. We do have those 36 collectibles that are scattered around the map. And another cool, interesting feature with this map is there is a section in the help menu that's going to tell you all about this particular map. Right here, help text Hinterland, and that is going to show you various things like money from a patron, doing it the hard way. You can create fields in the construction menu. You can create fields with the subsoil that's included. Just like No Man's Land, dig down far enough, you will find water. We have a custom growth calendar. If you disable the seasonal growth, this map has custom plant growth that will allow your crops to grow within just a few days. Then we have our golden animals, which are collectibles. We also have information about our bakery. Now, with that said, let's jump back up here. We are going to take a look at our precision farming soil map, even though we only have these 3 fields. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. We don't see a whole lot with these 3 fields. We do see that we have a fair bit of loamy sand across fields 2 and 3. Then sandy loam is making up a good chunk of field 1. This is the Alpine soil map that is included with the precision farming mod. And with that, just quick tab over to our starting farm. Take a look at the main PDA. You can see where we are now located with respect to where we were at the port. Let's go ahead and take a look at that starting fleet. We start out with the Valtra N175 Direct Small Tractor, as well as the Fendt Favert 515C and the 6105. We have for our harvester the Dutzfar Topliner 4090H that is paired up with the 4090H grain header. We have our 1986 pickup truck, the Karat 140 TD trailer. We have a modded, included with the map, subsoiler plow. This has been configured to allow you to create fields. We have a Torino 3FX cultivator. We have the Amazon KG 3001 Super Power Harrow. That is actually paired up with the 3000 Super Seeder as well. We have the Amazon ZATS 3200 Fertilized Spreader. We have our Kuhn GMD 3123F Front Mower. We have our Alpine Hit 4.4H Tedder. We also have a Semez Z2 840H Windrower. We have a Boss Alpine 251 Forage Wagon. The Massey Ferguson MS 1840 Small Bale Baler. And then to pick up those small bales, we have the Arcusin Multipack D14 small bale stacker. We have a pair of front loader arms. And then for the front loaders, we have a pallet fork and universal bucket. We have a pair of 1,100 kilogram front weights. Then we round it all out with a Bachmann MHAL 4320-35 flatbed trailer. But in mods and DLCs, you will see that we do have some custom items that are included with the map. We have that modded subsoiler plow that will allow you to create fields for $5,500. And then we have 4 golden front weights. They are listed as pour making front weights. And the reason they are set up here is in new farmer mode, if you want to start with 0 money, buy this weight for $100,000. It's going to zero your balance out. You're just going to have to keep the weight somewhere. If you want to start with 0 money in farm manager mode, then you're going to want to start out here with buy the $1.5 million front weight. If you want to start from scratch and with 0 money, then you're going to have the $500,000 weight right here. If you pay off the start from scratch loan, then you'll want to buy this $300,000 front weight. And that's what these pour making weights are intended for. Now let's go ahead and take a look around the farm. As I said, we have 2 sheds here for our vehicles. We have a silo, so over dump and fill point. We have our cow barn. This is a modded cow barn. We will take a closer look at that here in a little bit when we get to build mode. We have our milk point. We have a food trough, water trough, and our animal buy area. And as I said earlier, we start out with 6 cows. Here we have our sleep trigger and our wardrobe trigger. Then we have our chicken coop. So we have our food in the chicken coop, which we can hold 30 chickens. We have 2 roosters, and then we have, I believe, 15 chickens. Then we have our egg spawn point located right there. And that is pretty much the main starting farm. Now, with respect to can you customize the starting farm? Yes, you can indeed. Every building is sellable here on the starting farm. In fact, there's also a shed and a couple things over on the island down just south of Field 1. We'll take a look at that when we get to the aerial flyover. We can also sell everything over on the island as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at build mode. We do have some custom buildings that are tied to the map that we can put down. We have our machine shed buildings that we have here on the starting farm. Smaller version and a couple of different sizes. We do have a custom silo. The silo will hold 10 million liters worth of product. No silo extensions. We do have a buying station for seed and fertilizer and the like. We also have our placeable fuel pump. We have a placeable workshop trigger. And then we have our placeable tiny house. As far as production, we can also place down the modified bakery. We have the ability to put down a restaurant. This restaurant is located over at the dock area as well. We have base game, greenhouses, orchards, and then for generators, we have the holiday home. Now we're going to see the holiday home when we get around to the drive around. You see that's going to pay us $8,400 a month. Then we have 3 patronage signs. We have a wood sign. This is going to pay us $8,400 a month. Well, if we need a little bit more patronage, we can get the silver sign. That's going to pay us $84,000 a month. If we are absolutely desperate for patronage, then we can put down the patronage gold sign. That is going to pay us $840,000 per month. If we take a look at our animals, we do have the modified custom cow barn. We'll hold 25 cows. Then that is all we've got there as far as animals go. For decorative elements, we do have some decorative elements here under others. You see we have some tiny house decorative, an empty hut. We have picnic tables, benches, campfires, wood stacks. We have various docks and bridges that we can put down. And then the fun comes over here under landscaping. Let's go check out all of the paintable ground textures. So we have animal mud, asphalt, concrete, dirt, forest ground, grass, gravel. Then we have concrete plate. We have riverbank. We have rock. We have wet sand, and then we have water puddle. Then under trees, we have our standard FS22 trees. We also have some map trees located right here. I believe these are related to the other trees that are on the other base game maps. Then under plants, we do have the standard plants. We have the ability to create a field within the plants area. Let's go to some land we own. Let's clear out the grass. And now we're putting in a field. Just like that. We also have some other paintable items like branches we could paint. We could paint in mushrooms, ferns, and there we go. Let's go take a look at these ground textures. We have our water puddle, wet sand, our rock, riverbank. There we have our concrete plate, our gravel. Let's go ahead and take to the skies. We'll do a little bit of an aerial tour of the map. I mentioned over here, when we take a look at this. Here we have a little shed. We've got a couple of picnic tables. And then a campground area, a grill. We can sell these items if we want to, and then make use of this area. Remember, we can landscape everything, so we could bring this land up and completely eliminate this little lake if we wanted to. Now let's just kind of fly back up to the town. You'll see where that is located. Then here at the town, we have our bakery. So we have our interactive trigger around the front. We have our dump point and pallet spawn point around the back. And right beside that, we have then our restaurant with our dump point around the back. Just beside that, we have our animal dealer with the trigger located right here. And this lovely lady who is going to help assist us with our animal purchases. Over here we have our supermarket sell point. Our dump station. We have our wood sell point, as well as the port sell point. So we have our wood sell trigger located right there. We have our dump point right there for the port. We have our fuel trigger. And then we have a vehicle shop located right there. And then our vehicle shop trigger located right here for servicing. Now, we're not going to actually drive around on this map, but I do just want to go ahead and lease our Mahindra and see where that vehicle spawns in at. We've got an okay size area here for our vehicles to spawn in at. I would say we're probably going to be able to spawn in maybe 2 2 rows, maybe 3 rows of vehicles within an area probably about that size. Get a little bit more altitude, and I think what we'll do is just kind of talk about the map and fly around in a kind of clockwise rotation. So over here, we have a little bit of a pond area, and we have an empty shed located right here. Now, I don't know, is this kind of the benefactor shed? Remember we had here under our generators, we had the holiday home. Could this be the holiday home? Well, it looks an awful lot like the holiday home, but it could also be here under decoration, right? It could be the tiny house. Or it could be the empty hut, right? So it's hard to tell. So this could be your holiday home. I do know that if you do buy this plot of land, you can sell this building as well as these items here as well. So that's good to know. See, a roughed road kind of loops around this area. Then as you progress further to the east here on the map, we get less and less bodies of water. We do have some large clumps of forest scattered around. So let's talk about our scoring metric here while we are doing our flyover. With respect to production being built in, we are going to give the map a full point, even though we only have one production building pre-placed on the map. And that is because, well, this is a wilderness map, a build-your-own map style of map, or as the map author puts it, a do-it-yourself map. So you have plenty of areas that you could buy and place further production areas. With respect to, can you sell all of the base game crops that you can grow on the map, as well as animal outputs and production items, we are going to have to deduct 1/4 point because we do not have the ability to sell our cotton. I do feel that that maybe was a small oversight by the map author, and hopefully we'll see a map update soon that will maybe include the ability to process cotton, and then you can know that basically take the score I'm giving here, add 1/4 point to it, and that's what we would have given the map if it did have the ability to process and sell cotton from the start. We are going to give the map a full point with respect to, can the farms be customized? Because the farms can completely be customized. We can sell everything on the farm, including the few things that are actually on the little island there as well. In addition to that, we can also place other things down that are related to the farm if you are going to be building out your own farming areas. Buildings are, where appropriate, using the new texturing technique. So we are also going to give the map a full point there as well. And then the final scoring metric is going to be player and interactive areas being clearly marked. Well, I do believe that that is also indeed the case here on this map. All of the interactive areas over at the port do feel that they are clearly marked. The animal trigger areas on the custom animal pens are also clearly marked, as well as the custom silo. So I do feel that we are going to give the map a full point there as well. So those of you keeping score at home, you will know that that is going to give this map a score of 4.75 out of 5. That means that the only thing preventing this map from getting a 5 out of 5 with respect to our gameplay scoring metric is the fact that we did have the oversight in not having the ability to sell our cotton, because we can definitely grow cotton on the map. It is both listed in the crop schedule on the main PDA menu on the right, as well as it does have a planting and harvesting schedule with the custom crop calendar. So guys, let me know what you think down in the comments below with respect to the Hinterland map. Is this a map that you're going to be adding to your gameplay? Do you like these build your own style maps, these wilderness maps, or the do-it-yourself style of maps as the map author has put it? And till next time, happy farming.